There's a moment that comes before change, before decisions, before clarity, before anything actually looks different. It's the moment when something you've been carrying doesn't feel right anymore. Not necessarily wrong, just heavy. And you don't know quite what to call it yet. That moment is where this series began. It wasn't planned. It didn't come from a content calendar or a big idea. It came after recording the episode on regret and then sitting with my own life for a while longer than usual. Major milestones have a way of slowing you down like that. A parent's death, turning 50, standing at the edge of a new year, divorce, starting a new relationship, friendships that once felt close, now distant, or altogether gone. And somewhere in the middle of all of that, I noticed I was asking quieter questions, not dramatic ones, just honest ones. How have I changed? How has all of this changed me? What still needs changing? And what questions haven't I even learned how to ask yet? Somewhere between starting this podcast and getting divorced, I took a long, unfiltered look at my life. And the truth is, I couldn't tell you how I felt about it. I was a mixed bag of what I lovingly call IDH-AFC. I don't have an effing clue. So I started rediscovering myself. That's when I began paying attention to what I call aha moments. Those small flashes of clarity that might seem obvious to someone else, but felt earned to me. Because my journey wasn't linear. It had detours, pit stops, and places I stayed longer than I planned. Those moments are easy to share. What I don't always share are the rocky parts I found myself in, the places I lingered and sometimes still fall back into, the thoughts that show up after conversations, after situations, or even after realizing I reacted to a movie in a way I didn't expect. Here are some of those thoughts. I don't recognize myself anymore. What are you doing? I should be over this by now. I don't know who I am if I stop being the version of me that holds everything together. You see, we live in a world that talks a lot about becoming stronger, becoming healed, becoming confident, becoming better. But we don't talk much about the quieter and honestly, much harder work that comes before all that. The undoing, the unlearning, the letting go of the selves that once protected us. That's the space this series lives in. Because unbecoming isn't about erasing who you were. It's about honoring the versions of you that got you through. And recognizing when they've stayed longer than they need to. The strong one, the easy one, the one who didn't ask for too much, the one who kept going, the one who learned to stay quiet, the one who learned to survive. Unbecoming is what happens when those identities start to loosen, not because they were wrong, but because you're no longer living in the season that required them. So I want to be clear about what you're stepping into here. This is not a self-help series. There are no steps, no fixes, no do this and everything will change. This is not motivational. It's not meant to push you forward. It's meant to sit with you. Some episodes will feel familiar. Some may feel uncomfortable. Some might name things you don't even know how to say out loud. And some may leave you without answers. That's intentional. Unbecoming doesn't rush. You don't need to listen in order. You don't need to resonate with every episode. Just listen to what lands. You don't need to take notes or do anything with what you hear. Just notice what stays with you. Notice what softens. Notice what resists. Notice what feels seen. That's enough. And if you're in a season where you feel in between not who you were and not who you'll be next, you, my dear, are welcome here. This is Unbecoming, a series about the selves we had to become to survive and the courage it takes to let them go. If this resonates, you're welcome to follow or subscribe whenever you're listening. It helps the show find the people who might need it. And if you want to support Caffeine and Clarity, there are ways to do that quietly in the links below. But mostly, I'm really glad you're here.